Good afternoon. My name is James Traham. I'm from Newlands Productions. My project I did was the peer-to-peer education project. Our project started as an education conference where we had young people from all over the city to come out on a Saturday and be with us. At this conference, we had some young people sign up to become peer educators in their schools. While they were in their schools, we would help them come up with the curriculum, and we would practice it with them, and then they would go and partner with a teacher at their school and teach the curriculum that they've come up with to their fellow students during school hours.
I created Equity Exchange, which is an exchange program between a private school and a public school. The goal of the exchange is to expose students of two separate education systems to the ones that they probably have never been exposed to. And it's also to create connections between the private school and public school students, because a lot of times there's a separation between them. I did get to watch the private school girls go into the public school. I felt like a mommy, and it was fun to see them go off and embark on this adventure.
Lamont Harris, a Baltimore City graduate, he felt as though he just wanted to give back to his community. He taught a workshop on media literacy.
The goal of my lesson today is to get the students to critically analyze media. So those images that are retouched, why aren't we seeing better images? If that's more positive, if that's better, if that's more substantial to society. Okay.
Ever since the 1950s, with like images like Shirley Temple and people like this, women always want to look pretty. Like with the whole Disney princess thing, little girls look up to these things like, oh, I want to be like that. These things sell.
It was great. The kids seemed excited and involved and engaged in what we were talking about. The dialogue ran over class time a little bit.
I'm doing a college preparation workshop for juniors, getting them ready for college and letting them know everything they need to know before we become seniors.
I was asked by Olivia to participate in the panel to help her with the discussions with the junior class on the college process.
So hands up if you're excited to graduate next year. Woo! Raise your hand if you want to go to college. Hands up if you feel uncertain about all the steps you need to take to apply to college. What are you unsure about?
I was happy to participate because it meant that they were taking control of the process earlier.
I'm actually going through this struggle myself, seeing what I need to get started with, and knowing this information has helped me, so I would like the rest of the juniors to get ready and be prepared. It's actually been fun being a leader, to actually get everything together and then have it happen is actually really exciting. They've been saying that like the workshop was really helpful and wanting to know when the next one is.
This is India. She felt like 9th graders could use some mentoring.
Get the 12th graders involved with the 9th graders and make the 9th graders have a more successful high school year. Me personally, I did pick some of the wrong friends, so I feel as though that they need a little bit of guidance.
When she sat down and she presented this idea, like you could see it in the administration, like they were like, we really need this. This is something that has been lacking for so long.
I think it went great because my ideas were heard, they were liked, and they were loved.
The problem with this project was the right people couldn't say yes in enough time to get started. So hopefully India can implement this project next year. We taught a group of 7 at the Stadium School who felt like bullying was a deep issue going on at their school.
He was in there like talking about how bullying is not something that you should be doing, and yeah, these kids was about to fight.
Their workshop was designed to create a safe space for students to talk to each other about problems that's going on in their lives.
We're trying to get them to think about these issues, but then they're going ahead and teasing each other even before we can get them to think about the issues. She wrote, I really hate when people say negative things about me. And then she says, sometimes when I get bullied or people lie, I'll sometimes cry or say something bad to them because when people do that, it hurts me, so I do the same to them.
I think that before we start asking them to share their stories, I think we need to make a better connection with them.
I learned something new at this workshop. She said, agree.
This workshop inspired me. I agree.
She said, tell more about how bullying could be stopped and tell your feelings.
William Murphy from Heritage High School, his topics were leadership, respect, and teachers and students need each other.
What makes a good teacher to you?
A teacher that don't give up on you, feel me?
We needed to bridge that gap so everyone's on the same page. The student can look out for the teacher and be more respectful and be open to what they have to say, and the teachers are not just holding their authority over the student's head. 9 students at City Neighbors High School felt the maturity level at City Neighbors High School isn't as high as they think it should be. So they split into 3 separate groups. One group taught a workshop on stereotyping, the second group taught a workshop on bullying, and the third group taught one on healthy relationships.
Did you ever stereotype somebody because of the color of their skin?
I think we did pretty good, you know. It took a lot of patience. Keeping everybody's attention was like the hardest part.
They really had a lot of stuff they could say, and like that meant like a lot to them and how they felt. They just were truthful with it.
I think they learned a lot, and they like found out some stuff and actually thought about stuff they would never think about. I think it was good for them.
But yeah, I definitely do it again.
I had fun, and I want to do it again.
I just was wondering if that crossed your mind.
I
wonder if this is what it's like to teach.
Now we do. I wasn't thinking about it when I was teaching.
Yeah, it made me think about it. And then like another thing I like about this workshop is like we really got to know people,
right? Like
a whole lot better. Because like if you really ask somebody this on a regular basis, they wouldn't be this open. Mm-hmm. But like once they see somebody else do it, that like encourage them, don't want to open up with people. That's why I really like my workshop.
I mean, it was good to have everybody speaking and, you know, having everybody cooperate in the discussion, because that doesn't really happen a lot.
I've learned actually that it's really not difficult to do this. If you want something to happen, then just do it.
A lot of the students felt like this was motivating and it helped them to grow. It touched me that young people wanted to be a part of their education. Like I've always known school to be just a building, but like if I had peer-to-peer when I was going through school, I'm sure I would have been more invested. We would like to thank AT&T and America's Promise Alliance for supporting us in getting the work done in our city, and we hope that we can continue to do the work that we do.